So I wanted to do another little video on talking about just, more of like the visualization that you're gonna end up picturing as you start your own little program. I'm not saying it's a bad habit, and I'm not even saying it's a bad thing to do, because it will give you motivation. At first, it will give you some assertiveness to do so, but and I'm guilty for it. I've done it before, and it did help, but not in the way that I was wanting it to. And what I'm referring to is people will look at very, very let's say successful athletes or bodybuilders or celebrities, and they will go, I should look like that person. And then what they'll do is they'll look at their lifestyle, they'll try to copy their lifestyle, and lo and behold, you don't look like Brad Pitt for some reason. And you start getting those thoughts in your head, well, what the fuck? I'm doing what he does. Why don't I look like said person? And my solution to this is don't do that. Envision the best version of yourself that you can and go after that. Even if your vision isn't coming to appear as it's supposed to, it still gives you some kind of drive, because instead of trying to go after another person's look, their physique, their attitude, their mentality towards things, you start developing your own. And that's how you develop your own self and your own health. You can't be Brad Pitt, man. You just can't. Brad Pitt is Brad Pitt. There's a reason there's only one Brad Pitt. There's a reason there's only one C-Bum. There's a reason there's only one Arnold. There's a reason there's only one Sylvester Stallone. Okay? I butchered the fuck out of Sly's name. Sorry, man. Anyways, just go after what you're trying to envision yourself to look like. I don't care how many push-ups or pull-ups you do, or how much you starve yourself. You're not gonna look like fucking C-Bum, man. I'm sorry to tell you. You may come close. There are people that look like him starting off with the same genetics as he has and comes close, but never looks like him, right? So you can use what they do as a good little guideline to start your own, but don't make that your target, man. Don't make that like your goal. It's you're your own person. Nobody likes unoriginal people. I'm sorry, but as much as people think being unoriginal is great, that's cool. Every time I have a conversation with you, I forget who the fuck you are 30 minutes later. But that one oddball guy that I'll meet doing a job or going to the gym, or woman that they've got their own personality that you've never seen before, and they look their own way, those people I fucking remember. I'm just saying, just do you. But my best advice is, I know this is gonna sound weird, start looking in the mirror more. Start looking in that mirror right after you weighed in, or right after you've had a good lift, or just when you wake up. Fuck it, just when you wake up. Even if you're not in the gym right now, this just goes out to anyone. Doesn't matter. This doesn't have to be about gym life. Fucking wake up, take your shirt off. Take all your clothes off. Why not? Look in the mirror and go, do I like what I'm looking at, or do I want to change something? What do I want to change? How am I going to change it? Start envisioning what it's going to look like. Start envisioning those lines, those curves, the definition, stuff like that, and then try to slowly carve that out, chisel that out until you get to where you want it to be. And at the end of the road, I'm not gonna lie to you, you're probably not gonna look like what you envisioned, but you're probably gonna come out to something better, believe it or not. I know it sounds weird, but it's true. Sometimes worse, Sometimes comes out worse, man. Sorry, you get the, get the cards you dealt sometimes. Sucks. But another little side note is people who are out there struggling to try to get their life back in order, or trying to get their health back in order. This is so hard to do sometimes, and I catch myself doing it too. Man, you gotta remember, there is someone out there that would do anything to be in your shoes. Anything. You'd be amazed what some people would do to be in your shoes. So, and this isn't me turning this into a TED Talk, but I can say myself, I have clubfoot, and that does affect some things, but I never ever use it as an excuse to stop me from doing what I'm trying to do. There are things you got to work around with that particular thing, and just like a lot of other conditions people have, but you can't use it as an excuse and go, oh, I have this problem, sorry, can't do it. No, that's just not smart. Even though I've got clubfoot, for example, I still do my everyday life. I make sure that it does not affect the things that I want to do. And even if it does, I work around it. I don't, I try to, make the best adjustments I can to make it work. And it's not like for me, it's not like a big ordeal, but sometimes I catch myself making it a big ordeal in my own head. And I've been a lot better at fixing that, because, man, a small little story. Man, there was one day, I'm trying to do squats, right? And but due to the way my foot is, I can't. Let me rephrase that. It's not that I can't. It's that I can't do it properly, no matter how hard I try. But nowadays, I just do different variations of a squat. Anything that I can do to get the same motion as a squat and the same effect, just not doing the same exact exercise, it still works. Gotta do a little bit of extra work, but it still works. But there was one day that I was trying to do squats, and I could not do it. I kept falling backwards, busting my ass, and I just had the bar on my neck. I had no weight on it. And I was like, fuck, man, this is fucking, I'm so helpless that, I can't do this and I can't do that. And I started beating myself up over every little thing. This just happened out of nowhere. I was having a normal day, man. And then everything just came down, all because I wanted to use my foot as an excuse. And I kid you not, man, that same day, I'm sitting there and talking to my buddy at the gym. And this dude comes in, and he only has one arm. And this guy comes in, he's got this little shindig hooked up to his chest, and he hooks it up to a fucking barbell. And then this motherfucker proceeds to deadlift 400 pounds. And with 2 arms and 2 legs, even though one's kind of fucked up. Not bad, but if you look at it, you go, I couldn't deadlift 400 pounds. And when that guy did that, I wish I would have walked up to that guy and shook his hand and told him how impressive that he was doing. But for people like that, you can tell them anything you want. I'm not saying they don't care, but they've got better priorities of getting compliments for you. They earned that right to, go, yeah, man, I can do that. It's no fucking problem. And that was awesome. I really wish I would have went up and asked that guy's story. I really wish I did. I'd love to know his story. But either way, maybe this dude runs into that and he knows who the fuck I doubt it. But that'd be really cool. And if you do happen to come across this video, let me talk to you, dude. I'd love to get to know you. But either way, just remember, somebody is always got it a little worse than you do, but they figure out how to do better than you, right? So just don't use, don't use medical conditions or just overall conditions to affect what you're trying to do in life. And don't just because I'm saying do what you want to do because you want to do it, that doesn't mean go fucking jump off a bridge because you think you got wings, man. It's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is don't let something that you were unfortunately born with affect what you want to do with your goals in life. You got to work around them, but don't let them be the reason you can't do something, is all I'm saying. So, I don't know. Maybe this helps, maybe it doesn't. But if you think you've got it rough, you don't, man. I don't even have it rough, as crazy as it sounds. I've probably got a perfect life that someone else would be happy to live. And I'm very fortunate to have the life that I have. Do I want more? As a typical human, yeah, of course, I want more. I always want more. But I'm happy with what I've got so far. So just keep that in mind. Maybe this helps, maybe it doesn't. Oh well.